XRP, ADA. We're gonna talk about Tezos. Tezos is looking good. We're also gonna talk about Litecoin, Ethereum, and all the basically alt. And most of the alt they still looking good, even though like a BTC dropped like almost 5 to 7%. Alt is still looking good. As of now, no sign of reversal for alt. Some of them still like a pump into the upside, such as Power Ledger, almost over 100% up. Storage doing well. Most of the alt basically we talked about last time, they're doing extremely well. AGI and then basically IOTX and all of them, they're doing very good. But in today's content, we're mainly going to focus on BTC for a possible retest of 20k or a possible drop to 5k. As you may know, I'm still bearish. I'm still looking for lower numbers for BTC until basically we break 12k. If like we break 12k, we most likely could be facing higher prices above like a 14k and so on. But the most important resistance as of now, it is a 10.9 to basically 10.7 area, a possible week to the upside to 11.2. If like we can break basically 10.9 to 10.7 area, we most likely gonna be able to retest like 12k or so on, right? But as of now, we're gonna focus on the lower degree first of all, such as the the current drop we just got on the 12-hour time frame from 10.3, 10.4 to like a 9,800 range. If you watch our previous live stream, you can you understand like basically we said it exactly. We could possibly retest 9,800 as a support, right? So we do not want to break 9,800 at least for the short term. If we break 9,800, we're going to discuss like what type of support we could be getting in the near future, right? So what I'm looking for, at least for the short term, we got a nice contracting. This triangle is contracting and it is about to basically reach the end of the triangle, and we're most likely going to get high volatility. So either for the bullish scenario, what I'm looking for, at least for the short term, in order to like that's the 21-day candle, by the way. In order to like in order to hit 20k, we most likely need to like break this area with a higher volume. At least for the short term, you can see it on the lower degree. Volume is decreasing, right? Volume is decreasing and price is increasing. So on the higher time frame, it indicates like we're going to be getting high volatility. Okay, if the volatility is high enough and then the volume is good enough and we get a lot of buying pressure, most likely, okay, if we break 12k range, which is just about this area, the top of the this trend line, which is a 12k area, we can basically try to break at least attempt to retest like a 20k. Okay, it doesn't mean we can break 20k, but we could be possibly looking to retest 20k. But the bearish scenario, I'm still bearish. Okay, so the bearish scenario, like if like we break this triangle, next area to look for, it is going to be like 5k area, which is like 50% pull, 0.618 pullback on the log scale. If you take a look at it from swing high to swing low, 0.618 pullback, it is exactly at a basically it is exactly at 5k area. Okay, so we got a support from 50% pullback, which was a 6,500 range, and then basically 5k area to 5,500 range, it is like a 0.618 area. But first thing first, we need to get the sell off with a big volume. We haven't seen a big sell off yet, right? Even though like on the lower degree, 18 hours we got a big sell-off, but hourly time frame, it wasn't that much. It was like only 10,000 selling pressure. Even if like we're going to be dropping, I don't expect a sell-off. Okay, I don't expect like a big sell-off, like a 25 or 15% sell-off. It could be like a slow bleed, 2 to 3% a day, stuff like that, right? Up and down, and then we could be facing a lower number and try to at least retain this retest the trend line, right? At least for the short term, that's what I see on the high degree. We're moving in a triangle, a breakout very soon within the next few weeks. I would say at least within the next 4 to 6 weeks. By April, we should like get a big breakout from BTC, right? So hey, what's up K4 Liberty? Hey, what's up JMod? Hey, what's up US Vet? Yeah, so that's what I see on the high degree. So I wouldn't be too bearish on the current state of the market. Like anything above basically 96 to basically 98 range, it is still bullish. Okay, so we're gonna talk about it on the lower degree. Let's take a look at the lower degree for BTC. So you can see like it is alt basically recovering very fast. You know, unlike you know, when we get a nasty drop, most of the time alt you know, take forever to recover, but most of them they're already recovering. So on the lower degree, what I'm looking at, we already got a 5-way structure move to the upside, right? This is a basically a clean 5-way structure, and as you can see, we got a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a clean wave number 5, right? So basically what I'm seeing, at least for the short term, if we want to basically retrace down, we could be looking for a retracement down to like a roughly around like a 9400 max. If like we can sustain a 9400 range, and with price being like bought up very quickly, we could basically you know, look for this move and come back down. We do not have to like even like retest 9400. If like the bulls want to keep up the bullish momentum, they can just basically retrace back up from the current state of the market, like from a 98 to 97 range, which is a bullish setup, and then before moving to the upside, right? So we do not have to like drop all the way down to 80 to 100 for the bulls. They don't have to do that. But for the bears, if like the bears if like the bears are able to basically drop the price down all the way down to like a 0.618, which is like a 80 to 100 range, or like a 50% pullback, which is like 50% pullback is 80 to 100 range, 77 it is like a 0.618. It is going to be a very, very bad, at least for the short term, for the you know, for the bulls, right? So that's what I say, at least for the short term. So the bulls basically, they need to keep the momentum like above like 96, at least above 96. If they lose 96 and 90, roughly around 93, 94 area, they most likely gonna face like a lot of trouble in order to basically you know, push the price to the upside. I'm not saying they cannot push it to the upside, but it's gonna take like a lot of volatility in order to push back up above basically above 10.5, right? But the lower we drop, of course, like the lower we drop, the easier it is gonna be for the bears to take a cheap shot and then basically give us a nasty drop in that area. So we do not, as I mean the bulls, I'm still bearish, but the bulls do not want to leave this range, do not want to basically lose this range. So this area of a 94 to 9k area, with a very high volatility, and then something like that, right? So let's keep that in mind, at least for the short term, right? Let's take a look at it on the hourly. Hourly time frame, volume, that's Bybit. On hourly time frame, we basically making a we already made a 3-way move back, pull back, not back. So we already made a 3-way move, just like this, right? So that's a clean 3-way move. So most of the time, what do you expect? You gotta expect price to pull back up. That's one of the reasons I'm thinking, like, you know, if the bulls can keep up like this high momentum, right, and do not let the price drop below 96, 97, 100 range, they're going to be in favor. So they can push back the price, even like let bears drop it, give us a possible like a head and shoulder, and most people are going to be bearish, and then they just take it to the upside, stuff like that, right? So gotta be mindful about a possible you know, push back up to like a 10.1, 10.2, or even like a hit like a 10.2 area up to the you know, the left shoulder, the top of the left shoulder, up to that area. So, and then give you a bearish scenario. Most people are going to be calling for it, and then you know, price gonna push back up to the upside, similar to the same similarly, that's the same exact setup we talked about previously, right? We got this move, push back up. I was like, if we drop back down, we're gonna push back up and drop back down and get this head and shoulder, right? But head and shoulder, most of the time, like I said, gonna end up giving you the right shoulder gonna give you a flat correction, and then before dropping, with a 1-to-1 extension. So which 1-to-1 extension? You're gonna look for the 1-to-1 extension of your A wave, right? This one, you could, if you're pretty bearish, you can do this. If you understand Elliott wave, you're not gonna do that. You're just gonna be like, I'm looking for 1-to-1 extension of this wave from the C wave down. Okay, you can see in this area exactly we basically hit the 120 extension just about like a 9K area before pushing to the upside. So we could get this, we could get similar situation where we're gonna get this head and shoulder, and then a possible 120 extension of your A wave, right? And then we look for this move down, which is going to be 9500 range. Okay, 9500 120 extension going to take us down to 9500, which is not good for the bulls, right? But let's see. So 9500 swing high to swing low going to be at 382. So you know, it could possibly play out like this. Okay, push back up, drop back down, give us another fake out before dropping down to basically 9500, and then get bought up very quickly. It cannot stay there too long, like I said. Okay, like I said, if we lose if the bulls lose like a 9600, they're gonna have to basically work too hard basically to get back above this area. All right, so key areas basically to pay clear attention, it is basically just about this area 10.1 to 10.2, right, up to 10.2, and then basically 96 to 9700 range, and then the most importantly basically 9500. All right, so these are the 4 key areas. To the upside you only got 1 key area, which is 10.2. To the downside we just have to protect like just about like 90 97 to 95 basically, right, which is 200 points range, right? So it shouldn't be too hard for the bulls to do that, right, at least for the short term. Hey, good morning. Hey, what's up, Mitch? Hey, what's up, guys? We got 36 watching. Make sure to hit the likes and subscribe. Make sure to also hit the notification, guys, in order to get the updates, right? So you can see we basically pushing to the upside as we're speaking. So it is attempting to basically push back up. Let me get my EMAs, because 1 hour EMA, we just went for a basically private live stream. We were talking about this 1 hour, you know, basically 1 hour, I mean 1 hour 21 EMA and 1 hour 100 EMA to possibly be very effective when price is basically going back up. So we could face some challenges to break this area of 10.2. That time price was roughly around like 99 when we were talking about 98.50, 9900 range, right? So it is pushing back up, so which is a good thing, at least for the short term, for the bears to you know, be able to basically short the price lower, take the price lower, right? So let's take a look at on the 6 hour time frame now before we move on to Ethereum. So 6 hour time frame, we basically lose the 21 EMA. You guys know 21 EMA on the 6 hour time frame, very important. 100 EMA, very important. We double bottom at just about 80 to 100 range. We on the 6 hour 100 EMA, and then we basically started the move. And it is also very, very important to pay attention to the RSI. Okay, we just got a complete reset on the RSI. On the hourly time frame, we're going to go back to it, right? So but you can see price is moving to the upside, and basically volume is decreasing. So that's a very good short opportunity, right? As soon as we hit basically 10.1 or so, the 21 EMA on the 6 hour, or the you know, 21 EMA on the 1 hour, which is roughly the same, right? So we most likely going to see another retraction down to basically 90, 98, 99 range, right? At least for the short term, that's what I see, right? So 12 hour time frame, MACD crossing over, which is a good thing for the bearish scenario. So we already got the MACD crossing over. So in order to get a strong push to the upside again, we're gonna have to wait for the MACD basically to give us another crossover. So for the bulls, best thing to do, wait for the 12 hour time frame to give you a bullish crossover. And for the bulls also, like wait for the 6 hour. Okay, 6 hour can give you a better basically a better bullish crossover if, okay, price volatility is low enough. With a bullish crossover, that's very bullish. Okay, so but with a low volatility like this, okay, and then take it. All right, so we actually took the long as soon as we got this bullish crossover, and break above like a 95.50 to 96.10, we took the long position from that area of 96.10, and then take it all the way up to 10.5 to 10.5 to 10.3 to 10.5, and put a stop loss like 10.6. So I mean 96, not 10.6, 96, right? So because if you put your stop loss too close, guys, most likely you're gonna get hit. Okay, you're gonna get into trouble. Okay, you're gonna get into trouble as soon as you put a stop loss like 50 points and stuff like that, unless you're doing high leverage. But if you're doing no leveraging or like a low leverage, stop loss can be away from like a entry point until you see like something you don't like, and then you get out, right? Stuff like that. Hey, what's up, Craig? Thanks a lot for tuning in, man. So gotta keep that in mind. It is pushing up. It's about to hit 10K area again, which is bullish, right? So for the bulls. So basically that's what I see for BTC weekly time frame. We already discussed the high degree. So the weekly, one thing we do not want to do, even though like a week, like the bears basically could drop the price down to low 9K. We do not want to drop to 9K like this week. Okay, the next 24 hours. That's just a no for the bulls, right? So I don't expect like I don't expect price to drop down to like a 9,300 range to a 9K area the next 24 hours. Maybe like next week with a new body candle we can just wick down, stuff like that, right? But I don't expect like the bulls to let the price drop down within the next 24 hours. Okay, that's not good at all for the short term. So weekly time frame, nothing crazy. Even on the 3-day chart, it is nothing crazy. Like we can still retract back up. The next 3-day candle gonna start on the 15, 16, 17, right? On the 18th going to be Tuesday. Okay, so we could definitely retract back up before Tuesday or Monday, something like that, and then get a small body candle instead of a big body candle, right? So just to summarize the chart, everything is basically in favor of the bulls so far. Okay, the only thing in favor of the bears basically is like the daily candle. On the daily candle we got a crossover. That's the only thing basically in favor of the of the bears, right? But everything else is in favor of the bulls basically, right? Right, so you can see 21 EMA, we do not want to lose it. So if the bears are able to basically break the 21 EMA, they're going to be in good hands. Okay, they're going to be in good hands. So that's what I'm saying, like a 96, 9700 area is a key area basically to keep the price above. Otherwise we could be facing lower numbers to the downside, right? So at least for the short term, that's what I see. So now let's move on to basically Ethereum. Ethereum is back above that was our entry for Ethereum, basically 196 up to 220 to like 279 to 285. We hit 285 on the dot, almost 289, right? So you can see next area of resistance for Ethereum, it is going to be like a 300 to a 291 to 300 rand, but it could not break basically to 290 area. So what I'm looking for, at least for the short term for Ethereum, I'm looking for a pullback for Ethereum, at least for the short term, just like a BTC, right? So Ether BTC is looking good. So Ethereum on the lower degree, we already got three-way move pullback. So as we said, we just talked about it like on my premium group like not too long ago. We said Ethereum can pull back up. That time Ethereum was giving us this bullish reversal pattern. We said we can push back up to like a 272 to 274 range, and then we could look for this reversal, at least retest like 50% of this body candle. That's what I see on the lower degree for Ethereum. So ranging from like a 274 to like a 261 area for the next few hours, right? At least for the short term. Let's take a look at on the high degree. So on the high degree, we do not have any big correction. It is just a single wave, a very impulse, big volume. That's one of the biggest volume on Poloniex since like just from like actually the bottom, okay, the initial move. So it could give us like a, you know, hard time basically to push to the upside. So but Ethereum on in term of retracement, we could look for 236 at least for the short term to be able to support the price. We at like a 234. If the sell-off is nasty enough for Ethereum, we could drop down to the low 230. But let's see. Okay, we gotta keep this 4-hour 21 EMA. Let's take a look at it on the daily. Daily 21 EMA going to be roughly around 230 within the next few days. So at some point we're going to retrace down to the daily 21 EMA. So it depends how high Ethereum going to be able to go before retracing down to the 21 EMA. But big area to look for reversal, a long position going to be the 21 EMA on the daily time frame, right? At least for the short term. So 3-day chart not looking bad on Ethereum. We're already getting a bullish crossover. So let's see, right? Last time we got a bullish crossover. I don't know if I mentioned it. Last time we got a bullish crossover, we basically dropped all the way back down to the you know, to the crossover, right, and get a support from that before continuing the downtrend. So we do not want to see the same thing again, right? Even though we got a bullish crossover, 21 crossing over 100 EMA, 21 EMA on the 3-day chart right now, like 193. 100 EMA roughly around 190. So we do not want to drop back down to that area, at least for the short term. So best thing to do is like to look for high prices for Ethereum up to like a 350 range before any further, you know, retracement, at least for the short term. So let's move on to EOS. So EOS basically give us a pullback down to like a EOS give us a pullback. Okay, so EOS give us a pullback down to like a 475 with a very good volume. Now we try to push back up with a low volume. So it already gave us a 3-way move pullback, but this move is not even 3-wave. It seems like it wants to give us a 5-wave, right? So it looked like at 1, 2, 3. We could get this wave number 5 up to the 21 EMA on the hourly. Up to 21 EMA and 100 EMA on the hourly, which is like $5 to roughly $5.10, right? Before giving us the wave number 5. So let's see. But if like we get this wave number 5, it means we're gonna have to push back up and then drop back down. So that's not good at all for EOS, right? In terms of bullishness, that's not good at all. If like we're gonna be making this bullish pattern, bearish correction. I don't know how can I explain to you, but in terms of bearishness, it means we could drop lower, right? In terms of bearishness, if we're going to be making this move, but at the same time, after we complete this move, it is a bullish setup. Okay, it is a bullish setup. That's what I mean, like a bullish bearish pattern. So at least for the short term, that's what I see for basically for EOS. And you can see it, EOS also made, you know, this one we talked about it when EOS was basically making this move like a 3-4 and so on, right? So we talk about this you know, flat correction, double bottom, and push to the upside. Okay, so it is a bullish setup. You know, we got another one right there. Okay, so basically EOS look for a retest of like a $5 range. Okay, for, you know, basically $4.9 to a $5 range before you know, any drop. Or, you know, you could look for like a 21 EMA up to like 100 EMA on the hourly time frame, at least for the short term. If the momentum is strong enough, it can go all the way up to a 5.3 again and liquidate all the shorts, right? So let's move on to King XRP. King XRP, we're going to talk about XRP BTC and XRP basically USD. We're going to start off with XRP BTC. XRP BTC is very bullish. So on a high degree, okay, it is very bullish. So you can see it. I talked about it multiple times when XRP was at a 25, just about 2600 sats. I was like, you know, as soon as we break this 21 EMA on the 3-day chart, it's going to be very bullish, right? So you can see we basically broke out with a very engulfing candle. We just coming back down to retest like you know, previous resistance, which is just about like, you know, 3000 to 34 range. Okay, so but on the monthly basis, like XRP, we just need to try to basically close above 32 cents on the dollar value. On the BTC value, I'm not worried much because so BTC can go down and XRP can go up, right? So it means like XRP BTC can go still like a retest like a 3700, and BTC can be like a basically a 9K or so, right? It doesn't matter about the you know, the dollar value of XRP when you're looking at a XRP BTC, right? You just have to focus on the XRP BTC chart, and then I basically move on to the basically XRP USD chart afterward. But XRP BTC, I'm looking for this area, okay, like a 3700 sats. If BTC is at 10K, XRP gonna be roughly around like a 37 to 3800 range. All right, so if we break it, it could be a moonshot for XRP. It could be a very good time, at least for the short term. Next area to look for is going to be like almost 6K area, okay, 6K area for XRP, 6,000 sats, right? So let's take a look at XRP BTC. So XRP BTC Poloniex, let's take a look at on Binance. XRP BTC Binance, pretty much similar to XRP basically BTC. We got this bearish crossover, we called it. We dropped down, three-way move, and then drop back down. I was expecting XRP to drop all the way down to 13 cents, and I was like, do not short it below 20 cents, accumulate it below 20 cents, right? But put a highest you know, proportional basically accumulated heavily below like below 18 cents, okay, 18, 16, 17, and so on, right? But you can see like the reason why, you know, the reason why I didn't want to basically short XRP below 20 cents is like, you know, I wasn't sure if this move, okay, could be the bottom or not, because we could get a big wick to the downside. That's what I was kind of anticipate, a big wick to the downside, and then bought up and then keep going to the upside, right? So but you can see it is looking nice. 100 EMA on the 3-day chart, broke it with a clean bullish candle, coming back down to retest it. That's very bullish, man. That's very bullish. Okay, price cannot keep going to the upside every single day. Sometimes you just have to do this, okay, and then do that, right? But this is just, it is called correction, okay? Just because we dropped 10 to 16% doesn't mean it is bearish, right? Volume looking good, at least for the short term. Let's take a look at on the weekly basis. On a weekly basis, nothing major. You can see like a very big candle above like a 21 EMA on the you know, on the weekly basis, right above the 21 EMA, and at the same time we basically sitting above like a resistance on the weekly basis. That's extremely good, okay, very healthy for XRP. So XRP, I like to take a look at on the monthly basis. You guys know we already talked about resistance for XRP on the monthly basis. It is going to be the 21 EMA on the monthly basis, currently at 38.82. So we gotta close above or at least close above like a 31 cents before end of the month. That's the only goal I'm looking for XRP to achieve, at least for the short term. If like we can close above 32 cents February, we could get a high but we could get a high momentum, right? By trying to push to the upside to up to like 80 cents. I keep saying it, XRP 80 cents like forever, okay? But we could, if we close above 32 cents, we got a high probability of basically retesting 80 cents, okay? Let's say 75 to 80 cents range, give or take, right? It could even go higher than that, but just to respect market structure, we can just look for like just about like a 75 to 80, right? So at least for the short term. But let's say we do not close above 21, all right? Does it mean I'm going to be extremely bearish? No, I'm not going to be extremely bearish on XRP. All I'm going to look for, XRP at least to retest like just about this area, like you know, 50% to 0.618 retracement down to like a 25 cents, and basically try to basically respect like a market structure again, because we got a strong resistance, strong support. Now it can be a strong support again, right? So it is something like we just have to keep in mind. So even if we do not break it, we can still drop back down to 25 cents, and then basically for, you know, for a couple of weeks to accumulate again before getting a very strong momentum. That time the the 21 EMA going to be very weak by you know, because we retested it so many times. Now next time we go back to it, we most likely going to crush it with a 30, 40, 50% move to the upside, right? So gotta keep that in mind, at least for the short term. In addition, we got the monthly basically MACD looking to crossover. So let's see if like we can get this crossover before the summer. In order to get this crossover, we're gonna need like high volatility. Price has to go up like to at least, you know, 80 cents in order to get this crossover. If we get it, guys, it could be moon time for XRP, right? Could be moon time. So if you did not buy XRP at 17 cents, you know, and expecting basically a penny, maybe, you know, maybe in the future you can get it, but you know, at least for the short term, it doesn't seem like, you know, we're gonna get it, at least for the short term, right? We can do this and do that, as I said, right? Even though I'm very bullish on XRP, I will not be bullish, all right? I will not be very excited, you know, when we hit like 80 cents. I'm gonna be very cautious, because we can still, okay, make this move to the downside and retest like a, you know, 10 cents to 6 cents range. Okay, I'm very bullish on XRP, but I'm pretty much very clear. Okay, I'm not saying we're gonna go to like a 589 or like a 14,000. It is just respecting, we just respecting market structure. And if we break 80 cents, yes, okay, I'm gonna, you know, reduce my bearishness as soon as we break it. But as of now, I'm bullish on this uptrend for XRP. Hey, how high do I see XRP can? I mean, I talked about XRP going to 34 cents long time ago. Most people don't buy it until XRP is green. Okay, you gotta buy XRP when XRP is red. Okay, not financial advice, of course, right? But you gotta buy it when it is red, okay? Not when XRP is green, right? So buy it when it is red, because XRP is crazy. I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you, XRP is crazy. It can't just it doesn't take like a 10 month, like a, you know, 16 month for XRP to get a bull run. It only takes like 3 months. Okay, you can see all these bull run, guys, like 3 months, 1 month. The total time for bull run for XRP is like 4 months. 4 months, guys, 4. Okay, you only got like 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, everything else is like small candles. Okay, this one you can ignore it, right? I mean, even if you don't ignore it, it is still it is not like let's check it. It only takes, guys, 3 months, guys, for XRP to take care of business. So that's only a 10x. Okay, it wasn't a bull run, right? So but you can see like these 40x, 70x, it only takes like, that's 100x, guys. That's 100x in 3 months. 100x in 3 months. That's 10,000% gain from like a March 2017, guys. We're about to enter March now, right? Remember, March 2017 all the way up to May 2017. XRP what? 100x. Okay, it is right now March 2020, guys. 3 years later. Okay, we're about to enter. I'm not saying we're gonna 100x, but guess what, guys? Even if XRP 10x, right? Even if like we get a 10x, we're going back to $2, right? Roughly, okay, just $2, just a 10x, right? From like the current low of not the current low, but the most recent low of you know, 16, 17 cents, right? So that's what I'm trying to tell you, guys. You know, it doesn't take too long for XRP to take care of business. Gotta keep that in mind, okay? Gotta keep that in mind, at least for the short term. Buy it when it's red, you know, and basically don't dump it when it's red. Make sure to accumulate when XRP is red. Yeah, XRP going to the moon, guys. I mean, I've been saying it. Most people don't like it, but you know, it is what it is, man. Like, you know, people likes whatever they like. Now people love Tezos, right? People love now Chainlink. Tezos back in 2017, nobody knew about Tezos, but because of good marketing, all of us now basically FOMOing in Tezos. Okay, the chart is looking great. Okay, marketing looking great. Okay, exchange it, everybody's adding, you know, Tezos staking and all that good stuff, right? Nobody's talking about ICX, okay, because they're not doing a good marketing. Nobody's talking about WANCHAIN because they're not doing a good marketing, right? WANCHAIN was one of the most hyped. ICX was one of the most hyped. Was you know, way better, got better hype back in 2017 than Tezos, right? Take a look at it right now. ICX is not even 250 million market cap. WANCHAIN just about like less than 30 million market cap, something like that, 30 to 36 million. So, and these coins, guys, they were 1 billion market cap. Okay, 1 billion, now like a 30 million. Nobody's buying it, but as soon as OneChain hit $1, all the marketing gonna come back up. Everybody's gonna talk about OneChain to the moon, you know, ICX to the moon, stuff like that, right? VChain, nobody's talking about it. So, and all those coins, guys, you know, they used to be like $1 billion coin. Okay, so you gotta keep that in mind, at least for the short term. So talking about Link, let's take a look at Link, guys. So Link 100x. Let's think about it again. Can Link 100x next bull run? Is it possible for Link to 100x, right? So Link is looking great right now. On a monthly basis, it is looking beautiful. Okay, nothing to say about Link. We broke support. I mean, we broke basically resistance. Found support just about like a 2400 sat. Kind of struggled to break 3000. Now we're sitting just about 44,100 sats. That's extremely good. No, it is like sky is the limit for Link, man. It is a good buy, no financial advice, but it is looking great. Okay, on a monthly basis. So, but can we 100x? Okay, current price of Link, current price of Link, it is just about what? It's about like $4, something like that, right? So let's take a look at it on. So you take a look at Link, right? So Link, we sitting just about 440, right? 1% up, you know, on the on the 24-hour, right? So you can see volume is a good volume, $500 million, and market cap is 1.5 billion. Okay, if like we 100x from the current price of even 10x, you're looking at 15 billion, which is not a lot. Okay, so $40 Link is very possible, because you think about it, right? If you think about it, right, so 100x gonna give us like 150 billion. XRP was what, 100 billion like last bull run, right? I think over 100 billion. I have to take a look at it again, right? So almost over 100 billion. So can Link like get 150 billion within the next like 3 to 4 years? Absolutely, it can get not 3 to 4 years, but I'm just saying like the next bull run top, right? When you see like Link 150 billion, you gotta, you know, you gotta be at least taking profit, stuff like that, right? But you go and take a look at like 12 billion market cap. Which coin used to be like a 12 billion market cap? NEO. Okay, take a look at NEO. NEO is right now just about $15, 1 billion market cap. Back in 2017, NEO was like 11 billion, 12 billion market cap, right? So, you know, and right now NEO doesn't have any hype. Okay, all that market share might be you know, going through going to Chainlink and Tezos, right? You take a look at ADA, was like roughly 30 billion market cap back in 2017, and ADA still got the hype, right? But now it is not in the top 10. You know, and you can see sitting just about like 1.7 billion. Okay, so let's say ADA doesn't go back up to you know, 30 billion. Tezos can go up to 30 billion. Okay, 30 billion market cap. Okay, or like a Chainlink, they can hit like a 30 billion market cap, and then basically like price is going to be roughly around like a $40 to like a $80. Okay, if like we get like a you know, Chainlink up to like a, you know, 30 billion market cap. Tezos similarly, you know, $500 million supply, market cap 2 billion, not looking bad. If like we hit like $30, it's going to be like a, you know, less than the market share of Cardano 2 years ago. Okay, Cardano was over 30 billion. You know, I think like Excellent was also like a, you know, had a very high market share back then. Okay, so these coins are pretty much very cheap in terms of like a market share and how high they can go and stuff like that, right? So let's take a look at Stellar. Stellar, similarly, you can see like a Stellar was like roughly the peak was right there. It says 10 billion, but I know Stellar was over like 10 billion at some point, right? So say market cap was like a 12 billion, right? So you can see like a 12 billion market cap definitely Tezos and Chainlink, they definitely can hit 12 billion market cap, which is roughly another 8 to 7x 8 to 7x from the current price. So let's go back to the chart really quick. So Chainlink, basically, let's take a look at it on a lower degree. So you see, like on a lower degree, the only bearish pattern I see, which is not that bad, right? It is not that bearish. It is like this formation. Okay, I said it multiple times. It could be right. If like we get a rejection, we could be looking for this. We could be looking for another retest of this trend line, right? So this could be an it could be an ending diagonal for Tezos, for Chainlink, excuse me, before a retracement, because it seems like we got a clean 5-way structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we could get a wave number 5 up there. Okay, like somewhere around here we could get either a wave number 5 before retracing down, right? But sometime on a bull run you don't get this type of structure. Price keeps just going up. You don't get like a deep retracements, right? If like a Chainlink is in a bull run, right, it might not even play it out like this. It might just like a pump all the way up to 1-to-1 extension of the previous move, this move right there. Okay, you could get 1-to-1 extension on the log scale, swing low, swing high, and swing low. Okay, 1-to-1 extension going to be roughly around like a 90,000. Okay, 90,000. If BC is like $10,000, you're looking at like $9. Okay, almost price doubling again. Okay, going like from 440 to basically $9. If BC hit like a 12K, you're looking at like adding another 20% on top of that. It'll give you like almost $10 to $11 Chainlink. And Chainlink was just about like not $2 or so, less than $2, like $1.20 or stuff like that, not too long ago. So gotta keep that in mind, guys. We got a lot of hype regarding Chainlink and Tezos, so they got plenty of momentum basically to push the upside. But as soon as we see a bearish momentum, we're gonna call it, just like what we did when Chainlink was making this structure right there, right there. Okay, we call it. Okay, let it go. Okay, let it go. We push back up, and when Chainlink was making this 3-way move, we said exactly it is time to buy it, because it is looking bullish, right? So yeah, I think Link can be over $150, right? So like I just showed you on the total market cap, the current market cap of Link, it is just you compare Link to Litecoin. Do you really think like Litecoin can compete with Ethereum? I don't think Litecoin can compete with Ethereum. And Litecoin bull market peak was like 14 billion, right? It wasn't that much. Okay, even NEO was 12 billion. So Litecoin peaked at 14 billion. Link is already 1 billion, right? Not bad. Tezos like a 2 billion. So you think about it, right? If Chainlink can manage to get like 15 billion, that's already $40. Okay, 100 billion. Can we hit 100 billion, guys? That's absolutely yes. Okay, that's 4 times 40, right? That's a lot. That's already $160, right? But let's see if like we're going to be able to get those numbers, right? But we also got to think about the the inflation, because it has like a 1 billion total supply. So currently we're only at 350, so it might delay the price increase, right? So it is something like we just have to basically keep in mind, at least for the short term. Yes, it is all about hype, man. Like they got a lot of hype. Most people are going to tell you they got partnership and all of that, but I like to focus on the chart and not the hype. But the chart is clearly bullish, and they could definitely do some damages to bears, right? At least for the short term. BTC at 10K, that's good. So let's go back to BTC 10K. So as we just said, the sell-off was not that strong. You know, 10 is at 10k, so 10 I'm looking for up to 10.1. so let's see how we are basically going to be able to break up to 10.1, right? So alt going to recover very fast, so you know, especially on the oh, BTC is above 10k. Okay, so you can see what we just said, right? The 21 EMA on what? On the hourly time frame could give us a tough time. So now we got a bullish crossover on the hourly, right? So the thing is, we got a bullish crossover on the hourly. We could be getting a we could be end spading what? We could be end spading. You could be end spading, right? A double crossover. A double crossover would have give us this move, right? So it means like price could still drop back down, retest this 98 to 9700 range, and then basically give us this move, a pullback, and basically you know, further move to the upside. On the lower degree, we already got three-way move. That's why I'm saying, like, you know, if we get if the correction is simple enough, you know, we might just continue the uptrend. But if the correction is complex, we might just get this, come back down before pushing back up. We could get a double correction, or we could just get a simple A, B, and C, or we could get W, X, right, and Y correction. Okay, so it all depends how BTC wants to do it, but it is you know, it could be a very, very complex correction, right? Yes, okay, 97, yeah, it hit like, I think 97.36, something like that, 97.50. So let's take a look at XLM. Somebody asked, I'm just gonna call it a day, guys. Well, so let's talk about XLM. If you guys don't have any coins to talk about, I'm just gonna call it a day. So XLM is basically following BTC, right? So XLM BTC, you know, pretty much the same thing. So it is very bullish actually for XLM, this setup. You know, we got this strong sell-off, right? What we got next? We got a three-way move pullback, 1, 2, 3, and then what do we got next? And then we got this, you could say 1, 2, 3, we could get this 4 and 5. This way we could be saying like we got, you know, a clean ABC correction. That's going to be very bullish. So it seems like A, B, and C, one more wave down, right? So or we could just call this one an ending diagonal on the lower degree. It could be wave number 5, could be already done, right? So but at least for the short term, we got a bullish crossover on the hourly, which is already a buy signal, right? So if like we respect XLM want to respect this structure, it just keep going, right? Or it can drop back down and give a MACD time, some time to basically get a double crossover, and with a divergence, right? You get double crossover like this, like that, right? And then basically you're gonna get price making a double bar, something like that. But it is bullish overall. You know, I said it multiple times, XLM is bullish, all right? So I would be looking for at least like on the 3-day chart, would be looking for higher prices, right? Higher prices up to that area, okay? So which is like roughly another 25 to a 30% move from current price, right? 35% move. So hey guys, make sure to basically hit the likes if you enjoy the content. Make sure to share. You know, if you don't like the content, make sure also to let me know down below the comment section, or just hit the thumbs, okay? Hit the thumbs down, right? So so I know at least you did not enjoy it, but you watched it, right? So yeah. So let's see. Let's see how BTC wants to do it. Ontology is looking good. I'm actually bullish on Ontology, so I'm bullish on Ontology and BTC. Ontology also had a lot of hype. Like I said, guys, all these coins was a $10 coin, dropped down to 50 cents. You know, over 95% drop. Right now nobody's talking about Ontology, but it has a potential to go back up to like at least $2, right? Ontology, basically Nano. Nano is like 100 million, stuff like that, right? Ontology, I don't even think Ontology is over 100 million right now, right? So let's double check Ontology. Just about 200 million, right? So not too long ago was like 100 million. So you take a look at Nano also. Nano also bullish. We hit our first target 1100 sats when Nano was like 90 cents, something like that, 80 cents. We said buy it. Now it's like $1.20. So just about like a market cap, just about 150. That's pretty cheap, guys. When Nano was 100 million market cap, I was saying like make sure to basically buy Nano. You take a look at WANCHAIN, market cap just about 30 million, guys. That's very cheap, man. 30 million. When it was like 15 million, I was like, man, this is like Neo back in 2017, right? So you take a look at Neo back in 2017, market cap was like 5 million, stuff like that, right? So if you take a look at Neo, current market cap 1 billion. It's doing good, right? It was like less than half a billion, right? But back then, just about 2016, January 2016, 5 million. 2017 was like 6 million. Okay, started market cap is even like back in April, May 2017, Neo market cap was less than 30 million, and then this boy went all the way up to like over like almost 10-12 billion market cap. So you gotta buy the low cap alto, man, especially when they got a lot of hype, right? 30 million to 10 million. It is extremely good alt to buy, right? So yeah, you're welcome, Verez 36. So let's go back to the chart. So somebody asked about Ontology. You're welcome, Patriots. Beam, say do Beam. Beam BTC. It doesn't have enough. Enough history. But if like we break this area, it could go much higher. Okay, it could retest the top. But right now we don't have enough history. But it got a potential to basically break that area. It is moving like the rest of the crypto. Broke the 21 EMA on the 3-day chart, coming back down to retest it. So let's see if like it can give us another big breakout, just like XRP, right after retesting the 21 EMA on the 3-day chart. The good thing, volume is decreasing, price is decreasing, retesting area of support. That's very bullish. Okay, that's very bullish, right? At least for the short term. So now let's take a look at Tezos. Tezos, Ethereum, Tezos, Tether. So Tezos is looking very good, guys. So it broke all doesn't have any other resistance right now, right? So but let's see a 1-to-1 extension for Tezos, what we're gonna get. All right, we at 1-to-1 up to 1.618, gonna be $5.50. Can we hit $5.50? Absolutely. That could be like a wave number 3, right? Even if like that's a tap for wave number 3 too. We could get wave number 3 up to like a $5 to $5.50, drop back down to like a $3 range before getting continuing the uptrend. So Tezos is looking great, man. It is looking great. So, and we talked about it, guys, when Tezos was like $1.20. Okay, $1.20. That's when we said $1.27, that's when we said it is time to basically accumulate again, right? So but alt is still looking great. I think alt is still gonna 10x. Some of these coins gonna 100x. Some of these coins gonna 1000x. You just gotta be able to find you know, gotta be able to basically accumulate at the, you know, at the right time before basically they get a before prices goes go crazy, stuff like that, right? So let's see BTC. All right, it's not looking bad on the 6 hour. It seemed like it just bounced back up on that's XRP. So XRP looking good on a 6 hour basis, right? Almost like back to 32 cents. That's very bullish. Okay, that's absolutely great. Okay, that's good. But most likely it is just going back up to retest 50% of the body candle. So let's see. Okay, let's see. But it is showing like a resilient. Okay, it is very it's very resilient right now, not letting price like you know, break resistance and all of that, you know, previous resistance, and now it is acting as a support. That's a good sign, at least for the short term, for the XRP bulls, right? So I don't know why people love XTZ USDT on Wabi, not on Binance. Okay, it's yes, it's correcting, right? So that's very bullish, guys. So whenever you see this pattern, guys, it is bullish. Okay, this is bullish. Can it drop lower? Yes, it can drop lower, do this and keep going up, but this pattern, it is a continuation pattern, right? It is a continuation pattern, so it is really bullish, right? So you can see it like on Ethereum Classic. I think Ethereum Classic, let's BTC, let's check it versus BTC. Yeah, Ethereum Classic gave us 1 in this area, like this correction, before further move to the upside. Right now it is moving, you know, on a channel, right? So let's see, it already broke the channel, so that's really bad for Ethereum Classic. You know, it retested like you know, less than 100,000 sats, so that's not good at all for the short term. So Ethereum Classic gonna need to reverse, right? Need to reverse the trend. Yeah, I mean XRP. I don't know, but you know, it is what it is, man. So you cannot basically tell people buy this or buy that, right? So you cannot advise what people want. You cannot advise people to buy basically what you think is good for yourself, right? So you just do what you gotta do. So people love you know, love Tezos, let them buy Tezos. People love XRP, let them buy XRP. People hate Ethereum, let them hate Ethereum. So you just care about your investment, right? So that's the only thing that matters, right? So you know, Ethereum Classic not looking bad at all. Okay, it is just correcting as of now. It is a very good area to be buying, all the way down to like 90,000 sats, right? 100,000 to 90,000 sats. Reaccumulate for another move up to like 135,000 sats. That's another 35% move, right? So it basically goes down to 5K. I'm gonna tell you this, right? Alt gonna drop 75 to 90%. Okay, so they're gonna drop 75 to 90%, right? So ICX, all the hype is gonna drop down to like a 5 cents or like a 10 cents, stuff like that, right? Ethereum gonna drop below like $100. Litecoin gonna drop below $30. All of them gonna drop. Okay, all of them gonna drop. And they're going to drop very fast too, because you got to think about it. BTC going to drop very slowly because people are going to be putting their alt into BTC, right? And you know, BTC alt are going to be dropping fast, BTC going to be dropping slow. So you got to keep that in mind. Even though I'm bullish on alt, right, and bullish on BTC up to 12K, you know, But if we get a reversal, from this area, right, until we break 12K, basically, that's what I mean. I'm bullish on BTC, right? But if like we get a reversal from this area of 10.3 to 10.5 and heading down to like a 5K, BTC dropping 50% means like alt gonna drop at least 75%. Okay, when BTC goes up like 4x, alt, some of these alt they drop like 90% versus BTC. Okay, so can you imagine if BTC dropping 50% itself, this alt gonna have to drop 90% versus BTC again. So which is not really good at all. Get all in one minus 90. They already minus 90%, right? So most of these coins they're already 90% from the top. So let's see. Yeah, not looking bad. So most people are gonna be FOMO and stuff like that, right? So not looking bad. Oh, Neo Gas. I talked about Neo Gas last time, right? I don't know if that was you who asked, and I was like, I'll put Neo Gas. Let's put gas. Gas, we talked about it last time, right? We said it was looking very bullish on the 3-day chart. So you can see like it still got some more to go, right? It can still retest like a 20, roughly 28,000, right? So it could retest like 28,000 still, okay, which is the 3-day 100 EMA. So we talked about it last time when gas was like 16,000, right? Something like that, right? So hey, what's up, John Doe? Make sure to hit the likes, guys. Make sure to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do so. And also at the same time, make sure to hit the notification and so you can get these basically updates, right? And if you want to join our premium member, make sure to join our public Telegram group. Link is in the description. And then basically send me an email so you can get these basically targets, especially alt. Alt, we're doing great. We got like over like a dozen of alt, not even top coins, but like low cap to medium caps alt, basically going up like 60, 70. Some of them already 100% up, such as I think PPT went up like did well, like from 30 to 100 to like a 6 to 100 sats. So something like that, right? So CND, basically storage, we just updated storage. It did well. We're looking for GRS. Basically grocery coin. Some of you guys might not know GRS, right? So we're still looking for GRS to basically give us a big pop. We're still looking for CND. I just talked about it. And so many alt like PPT. We just talked about Neo, Nano. Tron could be breaking out this week with ADA and XLM. They could be breaking out this week. And so many other alt, guys. So many other alt to basically pay attention to, at least for the short term, within the next few days, right? So IoTX also, we talk about Steam, storage, request, R&D, and all those coins, guys. They're going to be popping out. Ontology, and all of them, guys. So make sure to basically join our public Telegram group. If you if you're interested, join our premium member for the daily analysis, price target, BTC analysis, and all that good stuff, right? All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Be safe out there. Market gonna be very volatile. Market is not going anywhere. It's gonna be around for a very long time. No need to be trying to get rich in one play. Okay, take it slow, nice and slow. Don't rush it. Okay, don't rush it, and you're gonna get there one day. Okay, it's not about how fast you go. It's like how slow you take it until you get to the right place, right? So it doesn't matter. Okay, just take it slow till you get to the right place. All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching.